Hello there and welcome to the first episode of the FIFA podcast. We've been planning this and starting this for a long time. It's going to be really good fun. As you can see though, I'm joined by my good friend and co-host of the FIFA podcast himself, #Mike. How are you, my friend?
I am doing well. Thank you for allowing me to start this podcast with you. Today's going to be fun. We also have a special guest. Let me pass it over to Zwei.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You sound so excited.
He's got good energy for 8 a.m. I'll say that.
It's early in the morning. But yeah, Zwei's obviously the first guest, guys, of the podcast, and here are some of his best clips.
Insert all my goals that I've scored this year.
So guys, if you do want to see more of these podcasts, make sure you leave a like and comment down below. Who would you like to see next? Every week on the FIFA podcast, we'll have a different YouTuber. So yeah, the highest voted comment in the comments below will be the main guys we go for. But yeah, are you guys ready to jump into this podcast?
Let's do it,
Absolutely,
dude.
and let us know what questions you want to see asked with future YouTubers. Put that down below
Yes.
as well.
Go for it.
I have a question that I
Perfect.
would like people to answer.
Go
How
for
do
it,
you
man.
get how do you get good in FIFA? Like, what do you do to be? What do you do for 29 wins? That's what I want to know. So that's the next podcast. Hopefully, it's going to be someone that's going to be able to answer that question. But anyway. Oh no, Mike's here. What am I saying? Mike knows. He's got
I'm
all
like
the
an
answers.
We've got a
average
pro.
36 win guy, all right? At least 36,
Damn.
35, 38 area, okay?
Wow.
You have to make corrections to your gameplay. It's all about practice, but making corrections. So if you know, in this certain situation or circumstance, I have problems, I have issues, or I'm missing some creativity, or oh, I don't know what I'm doing wrong defending. You have to make adjustments, you have to try new things, you have to adapt. And a lot of people make the same mistakes throughout the entire year. Therefore, they never make those corrections, and they end up hitting their ceiling, and they never break through that ceiling.
You want to know what's crazy?
Getting 29 is not easy.
29,
That's all.
man. The closest I got this
It's not
year
easy.
was maybe 26 or 27. But like Mike said, my biggest thing is adjustments. I'm very stubborn. I stick to the same formation, and I just assume that it's my players doing something wrong and not me. So I'm super stubborn. So I maybe got to open my mind and introduce the possibility that it's me holding myself back, which is probably right. I'm also really bad at defending. But anyway.
It's not easy at all.
Yeah, so I get punished really, really bad.
Please
It's lack of
change that for
focus.
FIFA
I get it a
18.
lot.
Sorry.
It's lack of focus. It really is. Like, you can go all the way until Sunday night and you lose focus. It's getting late. You just lose concentration.
Yeah.
One little mistake against a pro, you're punished. You are so
It's an
punished.
endurance race for 100%.
That's actually my biggest issue over the course of the weekend is bringing consistent play every single match. I
Right.
usually start well because I seem focused and I end well, but that in-between area where you maybe have 20
Yeah.
to 30 games
Right.
remaining,
Yeah.
or I guess between that 20 and 30 mark, I
Yeah.
know that I'm always in trouble because I'm just grinding to get close to the finish line, and I'm starting to think about other things that are on my mind. How was the day? What am I trying to eat next?
See,
I do not
do
want
you lose
McDonald's.
concentration?
Sway wants
Do you lose
McDonald's.
concentration due to the game, or like do you just get tired of playing it, or why is that? Why is the middle so tough? Because I find the same. I always start well, finish well, can go on a big run, but then the middle part is like you just lose so much
Dude,
focus. It's
the
weird.
15th or 20th game, something happens, and obviously, like, there's levels to it, right? Where you're, okay, like, you can start off, and the first 7 games might be easy, whatever, you go, like, I don't know, 5-2 or something like that, and then you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
hit that wall where you're, like, in the next level of players, and you just have to be on the entire time. You know what I mean?
It's-
Yeah, it's, like, nuts. It's nuts.
I think it deals with adrenaline. So when you just start FUT Champs, you're motivated. You're like, this is gonna be my weekend. I'm
a good
gonna
point.
do amazing. You're
It's
extra
so true.
focused. You're
Oh,
excited.
man, it's so true.
And then toward the end, you have a goal. You're like, okay, if I win these last 10, or if I win 8 out of these 10, or if I win 6 out of these 10, I'm gonna be at this placement. You see the motivation there. The
Yeah.
adrenaline kind of kicks in.
Yeah.
Also at the end, I think you know that you have to play better, which I think plays some sort of factor in your psyche.
I
Knowing
think
that
it
you
adds
have
pressure
to be good.
for sure.
For sure. Because in the middle,
It adds a lot of pressure.
there's a lot of room for error. You can lose 4 games. Yeah, you're going to be upset, but you know that you could probably bring it back. So yeah, it's an interesting. The psychology of foot champs. That's something you guys should think about. Because
The stress,
try it.
like
I made
how
a
many
video
controllers?
where I was,
how many
like,
controllers have we
talking
gone
to
through
a
this year?
doctor.
It's just crazy.
Oh no, Mike, what am I saying? Yeah, I saw that video, dude. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I made a video where I was talking to myself as a doctor. And that's how I feel like FUT Champs is after every weekend. You have like a debate with yourself. All right, what did I do good? What didn't I do well? What mistakes did I make? I need to relook some, or I need to go over some of the gameplay. You got it.
Who am I?
You
who
do
am I as
question
a
life
human?
sometimes
Yeah.
when you played FUT Champs the whole weekend because it's a long marathon. It's never a sprint. It's such a long weekend. Like they definitely need to extend it by a day next
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
season. It's just
Dude, that would be
too many
brilliant.
games.
It's so
I
many
think
games.
40 is good, but like I think 40 is perfect actually, but not for 2.5 days. It's too little time. You need more time.
Agreed.
For sure.
Agreed.
I think they'd have to rework their tier system then, Matt, if they extended it another day, because otherwise we already see how many 40-0s, how many 39-1s, how many 38-2s. We have to build up a tier system where you get basically matched based on where you're at currently and then by skill points. Because right now, it's kind of random. Sometimes my last 5 games are not some of the harder ones. They're some of the easier games that I've had, and I know that my oppositions were better at an earlier stage of my 40. So it should be matched up by like, all right, I'm an elite. I can only play elite players or gold 1 players. You know, I'm in gold. I can only play like gold 1, elite, or maybe gold 2. You have to have some sort of search system where it only puts you in the same tier.
Interesting.
Saying that, I think it is always fun. I think we all know, like if say you're about to get that 36th win or even elite 29 wins like ZWEBACK.
Right, yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
You would like to have an easy game. I know it
For
sounds
sure.
ridiculous, but I think I quite like the randomness as well. But I know your point though. You kind of realistically it should probably be tiered, but I think it's exciting having random.
The randomness is kind of cool because like I know when I crushed gold 1 for the first time, and I know a lot of people are like, damn, he gets gold 1. How does he do it? I mean, I practice a lot. But anyway, I remember it was one of the most difficult matches I've ever had. That 25th win when I got gold 1 for the first time, dude, it was nuts. It was so freaking nuts. It was a crazy, crazy game.
Did you play Eye of the Tiger or what?
Dude, I had
the headphones on everything.
Let me try and think of the song because it's actually the best FUT Champ song ever. It's from the Tron soundtrack. It's like the Daft Punk thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Play on stream.
Dude,
yeah,
I have my headsets on.
The streams.
I'm blasting it. You need music. Some people like I know skills, and there's some other people that just like to listen to the actual audio, like the announcers and the crowd and the game sounds. Dude, I'm all about the music. Whatever music's playing.
Everyone's different. I mean, for me, I've actually listened to podcasts a lot. I've turned off. I've actually switched to Spanish commentary to be more exciting. When you score a goal.
Okay.
And everyone's different though. Like I'm guessing, Mike, you obviously as a pro, you must have a different kind of aspect to that. Like how do you approach that?
It's still subjective. I'm a no-go to music, only because I found that I play based on the music. Okay, I really like this song. I'm more aggressive and I'm trapping and I'm all over the place. And then I play a song where I'm like, all right, I've heard this Justin Bieber joint 100 times. I'm not feeling any type of motivation and I'm falling asleep over here.
Yeah.
Not to knock Justin Bieber fans. I'm just saying if I've heard the song so much, you know, like you need that like freshness almost to be like, all right, I'm in this. I'm in the zone.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I just play in silence, and that's not fun really, but yeah.
Wait, complete silence.
It's a grind.
Complete silence.
Damn, dude. See, like that's too much.
I talk to myself when I play sometimes too.
I feel like there's too much
surprising.
going internally. If it's complete silence, I get it because you're focused and zoned in. But there's too much internalizing there. I'd be thinking about too many things. It would like if I'm hungry and it's complete silence, I'm thinking, why am I not eating right now? Why am I playing FUT Champs? Like I will easily distract myself.
I would find that distracting as well. I agree. I think it's. My God, that's I never heard that one. Like silence, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
for me. That I would go insane over that. Like there'd be more controllers smashed because of that. I think.
If you asked me to name you like a FIFA song since FIFA 13, I couldn't say anything, dude.
Exactly because
I haven't heard the FIFA soundtrack.
We have it muted.
The soundtrack now sucks though as well. It's such a bad soundtrack. I hate to say it, but it is.
Now
here's FIFA14 was good.
Dude, here's the thing. For us, the FIFA soundtrack is a very nostalgic thing. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
We love the song.
For years, it was awesome.
From 08, from 09, you know, like 10, 11, 12, whatever. I haven't heard
15.
15.
16.
I haven't heard a song.
17.
I haven't heard a song since 15 or since FIFA 14, really. So I'd be curious to know.
14 was the last good one. I agree. It's there was like Astro Panda was on that song on that soundtrack. There was so many good songs.
What was the Gorilla song? Rhinestone Eyes. Loved Rhinestone Eyes, dude. Great.
I think
song.
it was. I think it was.
In the comments, put your top 3 years of FIFA soundtracks? Because this is a good debate.
Good question.
The only
Yeah.
ones that I remember
Great
that
question.
were really impactful for me were like the old school soundtracks. I remember the 2008. I remember the 2006. I also really enjoyed those titles though, so maybe I correlate my enjoyment with those games to
For
the
sure.
I think
soundtrack
it
being
was,
good as well. Like,
sure.
everything
I think
was
it
good.
was
That game was
FIFA.
great. You know?
So good.
I think it was FIFA 04 or 06, which had, I think it was it Funk Soul Brother? Like, oh, was it Fatboy Slim? It
Soul
was
I know
like
that
a very
song.
old one.
Oh, I don't remember what year that was.
Yeah.
But
Heck yeah.
I didn't know
there's
that
so
was in
many
a FIFA
like
soundtrack.
nostalgic ones we all love. It was awesome. 09 was a great one, being the first Ultimate Team.
Oh.
Like we remember that quite fondly. 14 was good, but since then it's just, I don't think it's very good. The soundtrack, hate to say it, but it's just not that interesting. I don't know. I don't think anyone really listens to it now.
No. I mean,
Don't let us
especially for us.
influence your
yeah.
top 3 though. Don't let us influence your top 3.
So, Zwei, tell us about you, the person, the YouTuber. What do you like?
I'm not-
Maybe if someone's not subscribed to you, what would they not know? Maybe 3 things. What
Yeah, what
what's Zwei
haven't
like?
you told people on YouTube?
Well, the first thing that people wouldn't know is that I'm an absolute psycho. To borrow-
Sure
Your
about
intros,
that?
I think your intros actually like might kind of lean toward.
I've had questions. Family members have asked me. Family members have asked me questions. Okay, so here's something. Okay, so things that you might not know about me. Whenever I'm at social gatherings with my girlfriend's family, and I have to introduce what I do. Oh, I play, the video game FIFA. I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, I do that for a living. It's like, oh no, wait, let's check your channel. And I'm like, no, you can do that when I'm not here. And then I show them the
later,
video, and
yeah.
they're like, what is it? This is not you, because like they see the person in the intro dressed in a wig and wearing a mustache. Like, I can't grow facial hair. That's not me. They're like, this is crazy that you actually do this. So that's number one. I guess second off, I'm actually really good at FIFA. I've been number 1 in the world for the past 4 weeks. No one knows it. It's like a jest. I usually play bad on purpose. When I'm actually
What's your
You're back
what's
to
your
your-
other
you're
gamer
back
tag?
to
I
that
look
Joey.
more like Brad Pitt in real life, and I'm also really, really good at FIFA. So that's something that people might not know about.
Well, that's
me.
what all women want. Someone that looks like Brad Pitt that plays
That is good at
amazing
You got
FIFA,
those,
right? Oh my
You got
god.
the checkboxes ticked right there.
I'm stressed out. I'm angry. Remember, I'm trying to play for tournaments, so one disconnect makes me have to I have to break something.
Right.
Something has to be broken, punched, yelled at, something.
I've got a
So,
mannequin in the corner of the room that you can actually stab, and there's
You know-
actual real life blood that comes out of
I
it.
thought about buying, like
That's where the rage goes in Foot Champions.
that Joe Boxer mannequin. You know what I'm talking about? Like the one you
Yeah.
always see. I
Yeah.
thought about buying one of those, man, just to beat him up. It would be good stream material too.
I'm telling you, my best advice for someone that used to rage, because in FIFA 14, FIFA 14 was the rage FIFA. Everyone raged, everyone flew through windows. The thing that got me over that rage was the yell. If I lose a game that I feel like I should have won, or I'm just in a really bad place, I scream at the top of my lungs, and I honestly feel great after it. You don't have to hit anything, you don't have to throw anything through like a window and break something. You just yell like a barbaric yell. I'm dude.
Like a Viking.
No,
or
like a
something.
Not
Viking.
Just
everyone
like,
will have that option depending on what your living
That
circumstances.
is true. I have a little pool house in the back of the house where like literally no one can hear me for like a 5-mile radius, so I can literally scream bloody murder and I'll be okay with it. And that
Jesus.
it helps me. Like I might have a sore throat on Monday morning because I've been yelling so much the day before, but it saves me money because I'm not throwing stuff around. But
see, I've thrown stuff around a lot, but like I live in like a big flat building, and
See.
I'm surprised I've never got a complaint.
That
It's
is
a lot
very
different. You
interesting.
can I can still every now and then like on stream go crazy, but it's weird. You have to kind of be mindful as well. It's kind of annoying because you want to just let loose, but you can't fully. Whereas you've got that 5-10 mile radius, like you're on a PUBG map or something. It's huge.
Matt, don't do it to me. You
And
can't bring
see,
up PUBG
I'm-
right now. That's
I
all.
know,
That's all
I
I'm
love it,
thinking
man.
about.
I love it. I love it.
When I'm playing
I'm
FIFA, or
like-
if I'm editing, that's all I want. I just want to be in that. I want to be in Severny
I
all
know.
day, dude.
That's why you edit. You edit for that goal to play PUBG. I think we're both the same.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, we
100%.
for sure.
And I'm like the Dr. Jackal and Mr. Hyde. Like I've always had the rage as well before anything with YouTube and content.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always existed for me, so this does not help. Right? Like you see different YouTubers where you're like, I don't know, man. Did you get mad for the video sometimes? Like performing?
Yeah, I know
But
what you mean.
when you see me angry, like, no, that is not an act. It's coming. Like, if you were in the same room with me, we might have to get
It's
into
building
it.
up.
Like, if I could see the people that beat me in some of the things they do, and we could meet in person, we would have an altercation or a confrontation of some sort, right after a game, directly
See,
after.
Mike, when
That's how
you
angry
play
I get.
regionals, when you play at regionals tournaments, how is your mindset then? Are you almost too like het up? Are
Yeah,
you?
interesting.
Do you get angry at regionals? Like, how does that work? Do you reckon?
I think it's a little better mentally because you realize that everyone there is at a certain standard of play.
Right.
And you could justify, even if they're being a jerk or they're being a hoe, you're playing for money. Everything's on the line here, and you're playing against some of the world's best players, or some of the North and South American best players, or rest of the world, or Europe, whatever it might be. It's easier mentally to kind of comprehend if you make a mistake, you're going to lose this game.
Right.
Versus online,
Yeah.
I play against people sometimes where the connection is just so awful that neither of us are playing the game. We're just sitting there like, please, please, please rebound. Someone get lucky. You know, I hope I'm the one that gets lucky. And I have that happen every single weekend because of distance between myself and then some of the people that are often in South America. No shots taken here. I only got love for you guys. I don't think you guys enjoy me playing us either, you know, when it's a bad connection game. But the delay is
it's a location thing. Yeah, it's like if I played you, any of you guys now, that'd be a big connection difference for sure. But I think one thing that is big, like you obviously saw at regionals as well, Mike, there was so many like, say, kids or people around the players. I think that's so distracting compared to playing at home or wherever you are, like playing for champs on a weekend. It's so different than being there and having all those guys around you, because that's a big distraction. Like it's like guys resting on your chairs and stuff. It's weird.
Right.
The difference for sure.
So ZWE has gone to the Miami event, and I've gone to 4 events, I think, this year. But you actually went to an event that neither of us attended, where you were in Berlin, correct?
Yeah, Berlin. Yeah, Berlin.
What can you tell us a little bit more about the Berlin event? Because when I was at these other events, people weren't really able to be around the players, so I think the setup was a little bit different.
It was a bit too laid back. Like there were I think there was a lot of like German kids who were fans of, I think, German YouTubers there, and they would just like rest on, say, Tass's chair, or they would be resting on like. They'd be literally like having their arms on the back of their chair, which is so. That's
Like
and
while he's
there
playing.
wouldn't be any security. Yeah, while he's playing, and there wouldn't be any security. And it's not just us; everyone had it there. And like some of us had to say, like, guys, can you just stand back a bit, because these guys are playing for a lot of money. This is life changing. So I think going forward, they need to just be a bit more strict, because that is distracting. If you've got someone resting on your chair,
bro, I
like
could
on the
only
back of it
imagine.
while you're playing.
I could only imagine it being at home.
You would get angry. Yeah, for sure. You'd feel like, come on, I've worked hard to get here. You can't disrespect it by resting on his chair or whatever. It's weird though. It was really surprising thing to see that. I don't know, especially at a big competitive event. It was bizarre for sure.
Right. And then there's cameras as well, so you can't exactly throw the kid away. You can't be like, get away.
Oh yeah, and the aircon was turned off, and it was like 35 degrees outside.
Right, so that doesn't help.
And so the players were sweating. They were sweating buckets. So yeah, it was a very different event for sure, that one.
Yeah, the reason I asked is because they were really picky. You can't just go into or walk into an event in terms of any of the regionals. And then from that point, once you get in the event, that does not mean that you can get close to the players or that you can get into the actual kind of venue where everything's happening. You can walk through the front door, but you have like another, I would say almost like a gated off situation where you're seeing the studio, and that's what you see on TV or on Twitch or wherever you're consuming the content. And that's another access point where I think the only people that were able to watch an event right next to a competitor or close to a competitor were people that were on a list and could get a media pass. So either media or YouTubers, which are kind of media as well, right, ZWE?
100%.
In Miami, like, did you see any normal people standing behind people?
I didn't see too many normal people. I didn't see too many normal people.
I shouldn't say it like that, but I didn't see.
No. Okay. So
Great phrasing,
no, but he's
guys.
100%
Great
right.
phrasing.
He's 100% right. That was my first event. The regional was like super sweet, dude. It's like, I'm from Miami, so I know the area, and I'm driving around. I'm like, there's nothing usually around here. There's a mall like a couple blocks from where this place was filmed. You come up to this white building that doesn't look like much of anything. You walk in, and you're literally in Ultimate Team. I felt like I was in a moving like menu, like a live menu of Ultimate Team. And there's like little gated off things. They were like, you can go through here, but we couldn't get on the green. You had all these like people making sure that everything was right. You had Spencer and a couple of the co-hosts on the like elevated flying helicopter platform. And then I remember I was just sitting there, just waiting for just waiting to see if I could get on the thing to get in and like look at all the players and stuff like that. It was like super structured, but I mean, it was brilliant. It was super fun. I wish I could have stayed longer, but again, I had a video to make that day, so I had to leave. I couldn't watch the celebrations. I couldn't present. They wanted me to present the trophy. They were like, "You've won this so many times, you might as well just pass it on." No, I'm kidding.
Is that something we can get Rob on the line? Rob wanted you to present.
Get them all on the line right there.
It's hilarious.
Something I've always wanted to ask you, Zway, while we have you here, and I'm sure other people wonder this even as consumers of just the content. Do you ever have intro block? Because you have an obligation, or you have pressure now to create an intro that people smile when they watch, and it has that same sort of editing, that ZWEBACK feel. Otherwise, I'm sure the comments will erupt with, "Yo, what happened today?"
Yeah. Mike, dude, you have no idea. And yes, there, like, you know how there's writer's block? So going back to the things you might not know about me, I went to school for film, and particularly I went for screenwriting. So, like, it sort of makes sense. Like, so the two things kind of tie in. Like, obviously, my film and, like, my major didn't lead to me doing YouTube because I went into a different job. But, yeah, so there's this thing called writer's block in like, film or whatever, and that's basically when you want to do something incredible and you have these ideas and you have this, like, punchline in your head, but it just doesn't translate. You're not lining everything up correctly in order to get to that punchline, in order for it to bang, if as it were. You know, it's the word we use in the FIFA community. But, yeah, I have it all the time. The best days are the ones where I wake up or I go to bed and I'm like, yes, I got it. And, like, sometimes my girlfriend will look at me like, what the hell was that? I was like, I just thought of the punchline for tomorrow's video. She's like, you're weird. I'm like, you're damn right I'm weird. You're damn right, you're with a weird guy. But anyway, it's true. Yeah, so there is intro block, and yeah, sometimes there'll be a day, like with a foot draft video. Sometimes I might not have an idea, so I'll do a splice up or, like, montage of the previous video, which serves dual purpose. Like, obviously it creates the intro, but then also gives you a bit of context for what I did in the previous episode. But yeah, man, like today, or I should say, getting edited ahead for this trip, which I'm going on, like, a 10-day vacation for the first time in a long time. Doing videos so far in advance and having to line them up like 8 in a row, and then having to think of intros that you think will be funny. And again, what I think is funny sometimes is not hilarious to anyone. I get comments sometimes like, wait, what is this? And I don't even know sometimes.
See,
you know what I mean? But
editing in advance.
100%. And I'm sure you guys know too, because it's coming up with a concept. It's coming up with a video idea. It's the same thing. It's no different than, like, an intro. Like, the worst thing is not having a good idea, and the best thing is having that, like, sweet idea.
I agree.
You know
I think editing in advance, we've spoken about this a lot before, but it's editing in advance for a holiday. When, let's say, you're going on 10 days vacation, right? You've got to just also be in mind, like, have that in mind, that you've got to edit within, you've got to publish videos basically that are also in time with the current FIFA, like, calendar. You can't just do, like, a FIFA 18 prediction in, like, May if you're going away for 10 days. It's hard. You got to do, like, content which is different to what you've done before. You've got to think ahead. What's coming out next week? Could I do, like, a prediction? Could I do some transfer stuff? There's so many different things that I don't think people realize. Like, editing in advance, it's not always, like, fun in a way, because there's so much to do. In terms of ideas, it's hard. I get that. It's a lot harder than I think people realize that.
Especially now, like, so, I mean, some of the videos that I have scheduled for while I'm gone aren't going to be the most relevant. You know, I've got 20 guaranteed Team of the Season player packs or whatever.
That's a good point.
And, I mean, Team of the Season is over, so that's not relevant. But, you know, you do what you can. And especially for us, I know us three, our content is highly reliant on...
it's daily, isn't it? Yeah,
and the Vera SBC. It's daily. You know, we wait for the news. Team of the Week influences it. Back when there actually was one, there's no Team of the Week. I don't know if you guys have seen, but those are not Team of the Weeks.
They're Team of the Week.
3 weeks.
WEAK.
It's Team of the MLS and the J League. That's what it is.
It's not.
That's actually what it is.
Again, like, it's a weird time of the year. It's a lot of FIFA 18 hype right now. There's
footies.
Yep.
Matt, I just got the joke that you just did.
You just got it.
That's how slow. That's how slow I am. That's what you're dealing with right now. That is
I thought you were fast, man. Get on the get on the usual way level.
I rely on editing, dude. I don't think well on my feet. I'm not a good live guy.
I think Matt is also right in saying that a lot of viewers don't understand sometimes the process of creating content, especially on a regular basis. Whether you're uploading 5 times a week, 7 times a week, anything close to daily or during the weekdays at least, in terms of relevancy, and then how much time is actually invested. And I'm not complaining about what we're doing at all. I enjoy all of our positions. I like being a YouTuber, but to turn around a video sometimes will take you 6 or 7 hours in that day for an upload that you hope that people really enjoy, they think is creative, and they might, like ZWEBACK said, yo, what are you doing today? What is this? I'm confused. I don't know that Messi and Ronaldo were gonna face off in GTA.
Here's another thing you might know. I would love to get into music. Not like necessarily, like I'd love to put like a 5-album song together and each one be different. One be a rap song, one be like a classical ballad, the third one be a country song. All FIFA
Do it,
themed too.
man. Why not?
I remember we played a Pink Slips. I was like you were wearing cutoffs too at that point. ZWEBACK used to wear these cutoff shirts that I did not know how to interpret.
Oh, cutoffs! Yeah, back when I was in shape. I wore my
he was
little.
wearing cutoffs all the time, and I didn't know how to interpret these cutoffs.
Dude,
he
back
wasn't,
when I
like,
knew what a weight
jacked, like,
was.
he
Yeah.
Back
was
when
never
people saw your legs on a video.
Yeah, dude. Now I'm gonna drop another egg of wisdom. All right.
Go
this
for
is
it.
This is another thing people might not know about me. I can't tan. I don't know how. I come in two
Really?
shades: dark lobster red or transparent Casper white. Because that's what I am most of the time. I'm literally just see-through. Like.
Yeah, you live in
holding my
Miami,
arm.
Florida.
Yet I live in Miami. It's embarrassing, dude. People are like, "You're not actually from Miami." Like, yeah, I am. You just don't know what I do
Jeez.
for a job. Like, oh, what do you do? It's like, I'm a professional
See,
inside guy. I just
Also,
work inside.
ZWEBACK is very tall. I think people know this now. I think people have started to realize that
People
you're
are
not a
surprised,
small
but
guy.
yeah, he is.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like what, 6'3", 6'4"?
I wish. I'm 6'2", 6'2" and a half.
6'2".
I think
I know
I'm
you're
the same.
taller than I am, and I'm 6'1", and I think Matt's like 6'1", 6'2" as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
similar.
lot of people get surprised by YouTubers because they see you waist up, and then they meet you in real life, and you're like, you know,
They think you're just wedged to a chair. Like,
exactly. So they
literally,
just
they really
assume
do.
you're gonna be tiny.
like
Yeah,
5'2".
everybody thinks I'm 5'10", apparently. That's always
No,
been
Yeah,
Fine.
every YouTuber's 5'10". That's
I guess
every-
when in doubt, 5'10". 5'10"
10
it
is like pro average.
Who's
I
the
bet.
who's
But,
the tallest FIFA YouTuber? Is it Bates?
I know the tallest.
yeah,
like,
Bates probably. I think Bates is.
It's
actually.
either Gonth, Bates, or JMX.
Goth is taller than Bateson.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he
Facts.
is actually. I think.
No, for sure.
Mike, you
No-
saying pink slips then, it brought back some very good memories. I think that's what we could lead into next, like how FIFA content can change from one game to the next. Like last year was all about foot draft. That's all a lot of people did videos
I'm glad
on.
that ended. I'm glad that
13.
ended, Matt.
I know. 13, 14, pink slips, wages,
Yeah.
which I think one day could return, maybe. But what do you guys think about how content every FIFA can change? I mean, what do you reckon could be the big thing next year? Because last year, I think we all know it got ridiculous with foot draft, like 198 foot draft, impossible challenge, all that kind of stuff. And I think, yeah, what do you guys think about the next FIFA? Where would content go?
Well, the
So,
market
I mean,
is controlled.
I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
it. Mike,
Go ahead. Go
Mike,
ahead, Zay.
No,
Go
no,
ahead,
no, no, no,
Zay.
no. I was leading you in. I was leading the expert, the expert witness into this segment. Like, cause Mike digs way deeper than I dig into it. Like, I have some ideas on that and I have some thoughts, but I know
Yeah.
Mike can speak a little bit more. He can speak a little bit better to it, just because he looks at the game through a finer lens. Damn, dude. I should write
I
a
like
book.
that.
Okay,
you
we'll
gave me
go
the
for it.
finer
Go.
lens. Let's do
Go.
that.
I like
Go
your
for it.
English today. It's on
I
point,
just
though.
got an
It's,
upgrade.
I
Okay,
speak well.
screenwriter's
grammar.
ways coming
well
out
spoken,
today.
man. I'm liking it. You're doing well. Proud of you.
Thanks, man. We borrowed your language and we tried to build on it.
Dude, I say dude all the time, so you know what? It works both ways.
All right. I'm gonna drop some knowledge here. All right.
Go for
This
it.
has been the progression of YouTube since I would say FIFA 2013. Early stages of YouTube, and Matt, you've been around for all these years. It
Veteran
used to
now.
be all about post commentary. Do you remember those times?
Yeah, I remember Machinima Sports doing commentaries for them.
Half the
gameplay.
FIFA guys were doing post commentaries. You didn't see their face. You didn't see any live content. It was
Wow.
all about the gameplay, and then if you were a creative commentator, if you had good information, something along those lines. And then we started to transition into face cam, and when that transition happened, that's where you saw the reactions to packs. And then I would also say this growth of pink slips and wagers, which was a beautiful time. I would say
Yeah.
it was the golden era of the FIFA community because people were forced to interact, forced to go back and forth, and they weren't sensitive. I used to see intros.
People can be creative with that as well. They're really good.
Oh
I mean,
man, I miss it
so
because
much.
our community is so sensitive. Look, correct me if I'm wrong, but it puts me at a point where I'm scared or I'm concerned to say anything that's a joke or anything negative or anything that could be interpreted as funny or could be interpreted as serious, even on Twitter, because I don't want to possibly lose an opportunity or have people maybe going behind the scenes and saying, yo, I didn't like that he said this or that he did that.
Right.
Because our community has become
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sensitive. When I look at maybe the 2K community, for example, you guys are both, I think, sort of in tune with the 2K community, right?
Oh yeah, 2K. Yeah, a lot.
2K,
NBA
Legend of
2K?
Zelda. No, I'm kidding.
That one.
2K, you mean the basketball game?
Of course, like those guys, they roast each other almost daily. And I think that wagers and pink slips, that's what made it amazing for the viewers, is that they're like, oh man, outside of who's going to win this game, I can't wait for the build-up. I can't wait for some back and forth. And that's something I think that we lost a little bit now. But from that stage, from the pink slips, the wagers, we did go into the draft, and now this year, competitive FIFA has made the biggest push we've ever seen, which is too bad. I would have loved for that to happen many years ago. And there are things that are consistent, right? It seems like packs are pretty consistent over the last few years.
Yeah,
seems
sure.
like tips and
tutorials. Always one of
tutorials
the best ones to go with.
Always have
packs have the built-in drama because there's just randomness involved.
There's luck,
and,
there's luck.
Yeah, it's a
exactly.
surprise.
Yeah. Like
I think FIFA Rage will always have a place on YouTube if it's brought to life. A lot of people watch your videos, Way, not just for the intro, but because your reactions when losing is quality, is good quality. Just like, look at even Nick's Twitch channel. I watch Nick on the weekend. I feel like I have a good angel on one shoulder and this devil on the other shoulder. Because, you know, on one shoulder, I'm sitting there watching Nick like, oh, I hope Nick does well, man. He's going to perform great. But the other side of my shoulder,
you want to see a little,
I hope he gets some bad luck.
I always want to see the demon.
Well. You want to see the demon come out.
I always wanted to see him do well, but then there's a side to me which is like, I would love it if he rages right now. Because when he gets angry, man, it is like, it's funny as hell. You can't like miss it. You've got,
so good.
You would pay to watch that, and people, well, we do. We pay to subscribe, I guess, on Twitch. But yeah, it's the I know what you mean, a good and bad angel.
I feel guilty. That's how
hilarious.
You know when they have those current memes? The current memes, I felt like that's how I am when watching a Nick stream, right? You guys remember the current memes, right? So oh, Nick's gonna go for 29 wins, and then the other side is like, I hope he only goes for 15. I'm like, oh!
He just, oh man, I know what you mean. I think a lot of Twitch streamers like that now, they often get angry, but like Nick is like, he's all in with angry. He gets so crazy.
I think there's like a fine line, and I'm guilty of it too, where you wanna, like, you're so emotionally tied to the game that you want to play well, and like you play it enough, especially us. Like, we play the game enough that we feel like we should be good. Again, I'm like on a little, I'm a little bit lower down than you guys. You know, 25 wins for me. That was probably my proudest achievement of the year. It took me 2 months to get gold 1, but yeah, the emotionality of it, dude. Like, you just gotta, whenever that's coming up, dude, you just gotta chill, keep calm, and Mike, what do you say sometimes? I think I saw you tweet something like, keep calm and just like keep playing or something like that?
Yeah, if only I could follow my own instructions sometimes.
I know. Isn't that the most difficult thing, like, to live by your own rules? It's easy to say all this stuff and then
it sounds so easy. It's not at all. We've all seen it.
Take breaks. Take breaks.
How many games do you play, Mike?
You need to go for a walk.
How many games do you play on the Sunday? Like 10, 15 on the last day?
Oh, me?
Yeah, and on.
Man,
I found Sunday the best day.
Because of my good planning, like ZWEBACK over here, sometimes I'll burn out 30 games on a Sunday, and I do not recommend that. It's only because of my poor planning. Like, I'm trying to get an upload for Saturday, I'm trying to get an upload for Friday, and then I'm playing like 5 games, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be long.
Man.
And it's nasty. By the time I get to the end of that, like, my eyes are barely open. I'm on to my second pair of like glasses. I threw the first pair. I'm not doing well at the end of this.
Keep hydrated. You got to keep hydrated as well. That's always a big one. Food.
I recommend spacing your games if you can. If you can space them out, do it.
People like forget. I've seen pro players who just play the whole day, and they don't. Some guys just don't drink or eat. It's strange. But I guess everyone's different. But I know what it means. For me, Sunday night was always good because there's a lot less playing, which means less traffic on the servers. And for me, I would play like 10 on Friday, and then the rest on, you know, Saturday, Sunday. I do like Sunday night though. I don't know what it is. You get rage quit as well.
I think the best time to play is late night on any of the days. However, with that being said, and I'm talking about connection. When I'm saying if you play late at night, less people on the servers, the connection is clean. Yeah, for sure. There's no debating. You're gonna get less disconnects. But the problem is, everybody else that's playing at that time. Well, I shouldn't say everyone, but a large portion of the people playing at that time are also the sweatiest of players, the most committed gameplay guys. They know what they're doing. They have dedicated that night to make sure they got better connections. So you might have harder games, is what I'm saying. In terms of, are you getting random players, or are you getting the pros or the premium quality players? And because there's less online, you're gonna get matched with them. You might even play the same guy a couple times.
Huh? Interesting.
Yeah, it's a good point. And leading on from like that whole topic, guys, it's quite a big one. FIFA Coins. Going back to the days of, I think it began in FIFA 13, I think, FIFA Coins, FIFA 14, massive, 15, huge, I think 16 is where it died off, isn't it, for price ranges, I want to say, maybe the one before. Do you guys miss the days where everyone was playing FIFA? Because I think a lot of players did actually back out because FIFA coins were no longer there as much. Do you guys miss those days? Like how did you feel promoting them back in the day as well? It's probably quite a big question actually.
Yeah,
Are you talking about like in terms of how many YouTubers were creating content when the FIFA coins were going on? Or are you just saying how FIFA coins?
No, like how it's different now. Do you reckon there's less players now?
So you mean because when coins were a thing, people could have like 30 million coin accounts and get any player they want?
15 was a big one where people could just buy like 1 million coins and do
it's a good question.
It's a different area now.
It's a good question. I mean, like, I don't know exactly how you would quantify that, but I kind of like this new territory where you sort of have to work for your players. And again, like I said, I haven't I finished Elite Monthly like once just because I think I only put in the work in for maybe a couple months or whatever. But it felt great getting that 90 ISCO and a 5 red player pack. You know what I mean? As opposed to throwing down, and they were so cheap. How cheap were they, guys? It was like. You could get 10 million coins for what? Was it even maybe $100?
It depends what point.
I mean, that's expensive. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it was about 100, 200 quid.
Was not looking too hot via the coin buying years. And I mean, we all advertise coins here. And I think we all advertise coins when it was feasible in terms of, hey, you guys at home, you're not going to get banned. You're not going to have any issues.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You really couldn't play FIFA without buying coins. There wasn't FFT champs. And if you wanted to have a Ronaldo or a Messi in your squad, whether you liked
there was no way to do it.
You couldn't work to get him.
Did you ever see the math?
To get him.
Zway and Matt, did you ever see the math that was done? Like somebody counted how many matches it would take you to get a Ronaldo.
Oh yeah.
It took the whole year, maybe.
It was something crazy, like 5,000 matches or something.
Dude, that's a crazy question. Actually,
Ronaldo.
How did people actually get him? Outside of like the 1 or 2% of people that actually pack him.
You have to pack him.
Yeah.
You have to pack him.
Wow.
Unless you
would have to pack
coins.
him. You couldn't work to get him. Like now, there were no rewards back then. You couldn't get packed from winning.
I think that's
divisions.
why the current landscape is like so brilliant, dude. Because you can put in work for like, I mean, dude, if you're good enough, you play FIFA for a month, play Foot Champs for a month.
It's so rewarding now.
It's so rewarding.
Back then, that's probably why coins were so big. You couldn't earn yourself Ronaldo. You literally couldn't. And like I think all of us probably I've packed Ronaldo twice. I think maybe 3 times, if that. And how much we spent on the game, I mean, no one else is.
And all you had from a gameplay perspective to get coins was seasons, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That was it.
Which you never got packs from. You never got too many coins from. So FUT Champions is, it's a massive blessing. It's incredible.
That's an interesting question though, Matt. Like I'd be curious to know how that. I wouldn't imagine it would affect because it just seems like the numbers for FIFA are like always like up year over year, you know what I mean? There's always a lot of people playing. So I would imagine that the removal of coins and just that entire side of it disappearing, or being a lesser influencer in the game. I don't think that I wouldn't imagine that had a huge impact because if you're a kid or if you're someone that loves soccer, you're just gonna play.
Yes, you're still gonna play. I think maybe because we're in such like not a small community, but maybe sometimes we can feel like we're in a small world with FIFA. Maybe we just make things louder than they are.
We're making content. Yeah, we're making content. I wouldn't say for the large majority. Like, I mean, how many? Again, I'm a horrible numbers guy. Like, we're the hardcore. We're the like the people that watch us on YouTube. Those are the hardcore FIFA players that not only play, but they also want to consume FIFA content. There's a huge amount of people out there that don't know what FIFA YouTubers are that play FIFA as well. So it'd be curious to know what the numbers are. That'd be super interesting to know.
I think EA made a bit of a trade by eliminating buying coins for the most part. I mean, people can buy coins now, but I don't think you're going to get away with buying coins, especially not regularly, and not having a ban or a swipe or having issues. And that's a big reason that I didn't want to advertise coins anymore, is because I don't want to ever co-sign anything that I don't think is going to work well for you. If I don't use it, then I'm not advertising it. That's always kind of been my mindset.
What's the point putting 2 months of work into an ultimate team and you've got some good players, but maybe you're getting a little bit greedy. Oh, let me pick up that 2 million banned. Like, what's
you gone? Your account's gone.
What's the point? And you're not getting it back.
A good example too is this year TAS has not spent a single penny on FIFA.
Right.
I know that for a fact. And he's accumulated any player and every player that he could ever want because of his skill set at the game. And it's also created a new window for trading, especially with the SBCs. Wherever you invest your time, you can make coins this year, whether you want to do it via trading or you want to do it via playing the game, or a combination of both.
Like anything, it's just practice. Like L-Dog or other guys like that. I think Golden Bear is a massive trader. Those guys have got like tens of millions of coins, and they just get it from practice. It's same as playing, like yourself, Mike. You play professionally, the same thing. You practice, and that's why there's so many avenues now. Like you said, trading is a big one. Like, people don't realize so many people trade in this game. Like in the old days, trading has come back actually in a big way this year, for sure. I'd say
there's some people that don't even play the game. Like I know there's a streamer Elite FIFA, and like a couple of the other guys. Like Graham G is a legend.
Yeah,
that guy doesn't. I don't think
king.
he plays. Yeah, he doesn't play the game. He just stacks coins trading, and that's impressive. I don't have the. I wish I had.
I respect that. Yeah, it's a lot of time into that.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the simulation feel from playing a Football Manager. You like the experience of being the manager, and I think for some content creators, they like the idea of winning versus the market. It's almost like winning against the house playing poker.
Yeah, I get that. For sure.
Crazy.
So, Zwei, if you are EA Sports, you're the head of EA Sports for the next FIFA, obviously FIFA 18, what would you want to see? What do you want to see in the new FIFA?
First off, a lone 99 team of the season Ronaldo for just me to kick the year off. That's it. No,
you get that elite input champs.
Okay, no. So honestly, I think Foot Champs is in a great space. I think we can all agree if the connections and the server issues get resolved, brilliant. You know what I mean? So that server, I think that's number one. From a gameplay perspective, and like I know it's easy to troll and say all this sort of stuff, and I know you guys are fans of the FIFA Reddit as well, but and we also have the same concern, or like we have the same thing every year. It's like, oh, we always say that a previous FIFA is the best one. Oh, like FIFA 17 was good, but it doesn't compare to whatever 15 or 16. I honestly, from a gameplay standpoint, and again, this is coming from your maybe an above average player. That might even be kind. I think I kind of like the gameplay, dude. I think the gameplay is really solid. If the connection issues were resolved, it'd be great. I actually like the gameplay. So that's that. Pace isn't what it was in 15. Where like that's what trumped all, you know what I mean? Like like now you have to actually think a little bit more with your.
It's more tactical this year for sure.
I only have one.
Okay, point.
Go ahead. No,
when it's
EA's way. Don't let me cut you off, please.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. So, foot draft.
Yeah.
Now, I love the draft. The only thing I don't love about the draft is the grinding of the 4 games and then getting to your rewards, and not having anything great sitting there for you. I would love if they did something. Wait, I'm the head of EA, so I can do whatever I want. I'll tell you what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do this year, dude. I am going to make it so that if you win the foot draft through this week, which is July 14th through the 16th, you're going to get yourself an untradeable player from this most recent team of the week. You're going to get yourself possibly an 86 or 87 Giovinco. Wow.
Great idea.
Wow. Okay, well, no, but that is something that would be kind of cool. Like, doing the foot draft, because it's a brilliant mode where you can experiment with these players, and yes, the gameplay's different. It's not the same as Foot Champs, it's not the same as Seasons, at least it doesn't feel that way, but you get to experiment for 15,000 coins or 300 FIFA points, whatever it is. Is it 150 or 300?
300.
300,
whatever, 300 FIFA points, you get to experience a whole variety of players that you wouldn't usually otherwise, and you can possibly get 4 games out of them, and at the end of that, you're gonna get a little bit of a reward. If the reward system was tweaked, I think it would be really, really sweet. That would be my main thing. Also, I know you guys, especially Matt, I know you're a huge pro clubs advocate, would be so sick. But at this point, with how Foot Champs is sort of taken off, and the other things to juggle with Ultimate Team, I'm not sure that it will get. And it's actually kind of crazy how many modes we have in FIFA if you really think about it. I'm kind of like droning on here, but like we have career mode, which hasn't been touched in quite a bit, but it's still there. You got pro clubs. Like those are 2 pretty big modes that I don't know if a lot of people play, and we've also got Ultimate Team. Like, it's a pretty crazy, it's a big game, but if each of those modes got a little bit more attention, online career mode for me, now that I just thought about it, would be the end. I probably wouldn't do anything if there was an online career mode. Like, I would just completely dedicate my life.
You wouldn't go outside.
I wouldn't go outside. I wouldn't go outside, dude. I would literally, that would be so brilliant, and that's the only thing that keeps me from playing career mode. But to answer the question so that I don't drag on any longer, foot draft rewards, if those were tinkered a little bit, where you got like a player or like a special foot draft edition of a player, maybe just better rewards in general. That's it for me. Or maybe
do you think they should? Do you think they should be guaranteed? Like there should be kind of a guarantee that you get something at the end of the draft.
I'd be curious to know how that works. Because I think that I think the rewards should be better, but I mean, I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question. For me, I just enjoy getting a player. Like, yes, it's cool getting like, it'd be cool getting like that 45,000 coins. I've never got that, by the way. I've never in any foot draft. I've also won 3 foot drafts over the course of 2 years, so that might explain something as well. No, I'm kidding. I've won more than that. But it's not far. It's not far from that number.
It's just kind of true.
But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, if the rewards were tinkered and if they're improved a bit in foot draft, I think it'd be a much sweeter game mode. But again, foot champs is like all the. It seems like all the resources are being dipped into that, which is great because I think it's cool.
I think from EA's perspective, they really want to see progression. They have to adapt every year. So foot draft was extremely popular when it was the new game mode, and then this year it fell off. And that the only reason it fell off, well, the 2 reasons it fell off is 1, the new edition of FUT Champs, and 2, it's the same as the year before. There's nothing that feels different. They needed to shift something. Whether, like you were gonna bring up, Matt, whether it's unique kits maybe you could get from playing the foot draft. I like ZWE's idea of maybe getting 1 player. You still will most likely get that 81 inform that you're like, I hate you. But you have the chance of being lucky. You've got a chance to be lucky, and there will be people that are lucky. I like that. I also wish they would have a week league. So after the weekend, I think, and I've spoken to EA about this, that wherever you finish on the weekend, you should have basically a Gfinity Cup, so to speak, during the week. So if I was an elite player, then all the elite players can enter this cup. And then there's additional prizes that can be won during the week. But you're only going to play against other people that finished in elite. You're only going to play against other people that finished in gold. You're only going to play against people that finished in silver, etc. So it still keeps some sort of barrier of entry to each tournament. And the prize pools would obviously be better for the top 100, the elite, the gold, the silver. And I think that would make it where we aren't itching for Thursday night or Friday morning to start playing, because that's what happens. We play during the weekend, and then not just YouTubers, just consumers of content, viewers, anyone who plays FIFA. I know that when Monday hits, you're like, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't want to touch the game. Same with Tuesday, maybe.
That definitely does give you more content throughout the week, because obviously Monday and Tuesday, they're not like nothing really happens, and I think Wednesday is the big one for Team of the Week. And yeah, I agree. I think a weekly tournament should be a thing. I think people love it. It's more content. You're not going to turn it down.
Dude, that would be super cool. I never even thought about that. But yeah, like a weekly tournament. Yeah, I'd be on board with that, 100%.
My rotation has been the same for the majority of this year, where you play the weekend league, and then about the time that you hit the Wednesday, you're like, all right, the weekend's coming again, and that's when you make your squad adjustments and you start messing around with your team, maybe playing some warm-up games. Is this squad working? Do I need to tweak anything? That was my rotation all year, I felt like.
That's a good idea. That's brilliant. So guys, there was the first ever FIFA podcast. Hope you enjoyed it a lot. Massive thank you to ZWEBACK for coming on as the first official guest. Hope you enjoyed your stay here with myself and Mike. It's been a great first podcast.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It's been a really fun talk, and it was good. It was really pumped that you guys brought me on and thought to ask me to be the first guest, and really looking forward to watching it back.
Anytime, man, you're always welcome on. Make sure you subscribe to ZWE and Mike, guys, in the link below. Just flock their channels, man. Go ham, go crazy. Leave a like on the videos, all the good stuff. Their links down below. And guys, any last words for the podcast?
So maybe a third thing that people might not know about me. I've seen every episode, and I'm probably putting myself out there by admitting this, but I've seen every episode of Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I was gonna call it. I wish I said something. I was gonna say.
Wait, what?
He's gonna say Gilmore. Oh, I wish I called it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking right now. He's gonna say Gilmore Girls. Oh
yeah,
my God!
I've seen
I didn't know that. Like ZWE and I go way back, but I did not know that.
Now, Matt, you might not know what Gilmore Girls is.
I know it's on like
ZWEBACK just showed his age.
Oh, gotcha. I've seen 2 seasons of Charmed. Do you know Charmed?
Yeah, I know what Charmed is.
There's another one.
My girly show that I watched, that I gave it a chance, I watched Pretty Little Liars for a couple seasons.
Wait, Pretty Little Liars, is that the HBO one?
I don't think it comes on HBO. It's with like the girls and there's... I don't want to go into this. Anyway.
Okay. Dude, Pretty Little Liars. Yeah,
I don't think it's an HBO show.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Via HBO. I watched it via Netflix. So
it's all, dude. This is what the
Charmed.
podcast is about.
Jesus.
It's about digging deeper. It's about digging deeper into the issues. It's about meeting the people that you see, and then knowing something like that. We watch Gilmore Girls. Knowing something that we've seen Charmed.
People know us more now.
ZWEBACK football videos.
They know more about us.
I can
go for it.
I can throw a football. I can throw a football 60 yards.
Damn.
See, I had to counter it. I had to counter the Gilmore Girls
I'd love to challenge you to that.
with like a super. And when I say football, I mean American football.
Yeah, American football. Yeah.
Gotcha. See, Matt knows because he loves the NFL as well.
It means like you
Steelers
can
fan.
throw it for you guys that know nothing about American football, for the European guys that maybe aren't into that sport, which is fine. That's throwing it over the half-field line from the end zone.
Not even. Not even from like the 18-yard box. That's a long way.
That's what your boy does, dude. I had to balance it with the Gilmore Girls throwing a football.
Can you put that on video?
Now he's cool again.
Can we get confirmation of this?
I'll do it, bro. I will do it. I'll put it on a video.
I think we should challenge, Roy. I don't know.
Mike, that's an easy video for while I'm gone. It'll be a 20-second video. What's up, guys? It's me, and this one goes out to Matt and Mike. Watch this. Bam, 60 yards, unedited, drone shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
You would actually do it as well.
It'll be a Twitter video. I don't know.
But that's what That's what Snap's for, isn't it? That's what Instagram, like stories and stuff like that. I gotta be better about that, man. I gotta get better with my Instagram. I'm so I upload once a week on Instagram. That's not good. But
Do every day. But yeah. Guys, again, thank you for joining on the podcast today as well. Obviously, me and Mike will be here every week. Comment below which YouTube we should have as well and the next one. It's been an awesome time. And guys, any final last word? Go for it.
Thanks again for coming on the show. Dude,
dude, I appreciate it. Like two of my favorite people in the community. Mike and I go way back, and then obviously, two of my favorite dudes. So if you guys need a guest next week, I won't be here because I'm gonna be on vacation. But
you'll be watching.
Yeah, dude, I'll come back whenever you guys ask. If you guys want someone, I'm here. Just give me a call.
Will do.
But just don't interrupt me watching Gilmore Girls because that's the only thing.
Or Charmed.
Or Charmed.
Just don't
call
me.
But seriously, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. It was a blast.
Anytime, man. It's been perfect. Mike, any last words?
Nope. Let's get out of here. Don't forget to hashtag it. This was a good opener.
I'm doing it too, dude.
3, 2, 1.